welcome back to Something to Finish podcast. I'm your host, Anissa, and this is where I discuss topics that help you and I ascend to the highest version of ourselves. I'm excited to be back this week, and I just wanted to remind you to go ahead and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Definitely Spotify because I don't really have many followers on there. So go ahead and go to Spotify for sure and subscribe. In Apple Podcasts, you can write a review, you can rate the podcast 5 stars, and in your review, you can just let us know what you're loving and what value you're getting from the information that I'm putting out. So, yeah, thank you for engaging, for all of you who already do, and I love to read your comments on YouTube. So, yeah, let's get into today's episode. So, I'm going to start off with the card for today, cards from the universe. So today's card says, not having enough money is never the problem, it seems. First, lack is always temporary. Second, change is only ever a few thoughts away. And third, it's not like you haven't performed miracles before. Honey, honey, the universe. I'm I can't make this up. Like I pulled a card before this one, but it was one that we had already read. And then the next one that I pulled was this one. And it goes perfectly with today's topic, which is to plant the seeds that you want to grow. So basically what this means to me is to water the ways that you want to be, the things that you want to bring into your life, and plant those seeds instead of focusing in on and replaying the bad or the negative things that are going on in your life over and over and over in your head. And, just kind of giving water to it. Because what we tend to not realize is when we're going through things good and bad, because it works in both polarities, good and bad, we can give water to the good things and we can give water to the bad things. So we can, simply talk up more irritation, talk up more bad things to happen if we just focus on one bad thing that's happening. Like, say, for instance, you got into an argument with a good friend and you just keep talking about it with other people, or you keep replaying the argument in your head. That is going to literally manifest more negative things coming up. It's going to manifest, it's going to get you frustrated every time that you talk about it. It's going to get you in your head about what you could have said, what you should have said, why they said this, why you reacted this way. It's just giving water to a seed that was planted. Even if you didn't intentionally plant that seed, it is being watered by you giving it air, giving it water, and giving it the attention that it needs to grow. So that's what this episode is about today. It's about switching our perspective to, from watering those negative things that happen or the negative aspects of life to watering the good things in life and being grateful that we have 24 hours in a day, but we can also end that 24 hours and then go to the next with the thought and the knowing that we can rule the narrative of the next 24 hours. Because all things, joy and sadness end at some time and point. So we have to just make the choice to focus in on the things that we can control, focus in on the things that make us happy and bring us joy. And I know that can be hard sometimes, but I can say from experience, I'll just say from experience with my daughter. My daughter has not been sleeping in her bed. She hasn't been, sleeping through the night. And it's hard and it's annoying, just to be honest. But at the same time, I have to sit back and tell myself, like, there's going to be a time where Amali doesn't even want to sleep with me, where she doesn't even want to be bothered with me. Well, hopefully there's not that time, but I mean, it's definitely possible because teenagers have teenage angst sometimes. And, kids grow up and they want to be at distance from their parents, or, they claim more independence. And so I just have to look at it as a sense of, okay, wow, like this is a time where I just have to cherish that she wants to be cuddled with me. She wants to hug, she wants to sleep all up under me. And, she wants to stay up because she feels like maybe she's going to miss something fun. I don't know. But, it's a choice to, sulk and lament on the quote unquote negative things that are happening. But it's also a choice that we can make, and a perspective that we can switch to where we can be grateful that we can control the narrative of how we respond and how we are actually, experiencing things that are happening in our lives. Because, like I said, things don't last, whether it's good or whether it's bad. So, you may be having a bad day today, and you may feel like, oh my gosh, like this is going to ruin the rest of my week or the rest of my weekend. And it's like, well, no, not really. You can make that choice to let that one thing or that, you know, small string of events that happened that made you conclude that, wow, this is a bad weekend or this is a bad day, continue. You have the choice to say, okay, I know that just happened, but um, I seen a video on Instagram the other day, and I cannot remember what her name was, but maybe I'll list it in the show notes or make an Instagram video, shouting her out. But she said that she gives herself 5 fails a day before she, writes it off as a bad day. And maybe you all have seen that video too, but I thought that was awesome and it was beautiful because why do we allow ourselves to have one bad thing happen or one quote unquote fail, and we're just like, oh, the day is over, like I just messed up the whole day, or my day is ruined, or oh my gosh, I'm never going to come back from this, when that's absolutely false. Just like this card says, it's not like you haven't performed miracles before. It's not like things haven't went astray from your plan before. It's not like bad things haven't happened before. It's not like you haven't lost friends, family members, or gotten into disagreements with them before. You've bounced back from so many things. So why write yourself off from one inconvenience? And so, yeah, I just think that every day is an opportunity to reset your mindset. And it's totally possible with practice, of course, but it's totally practical, and it's possible to, adapt to that way of thinking. And just from experience, I know that it can be really hard and it can be kind of difficult to shift to that mindset. However, when I do tap into that mindset and I don't choose to sulk over things that are happening around me, because it's not happening to me, it's happening around me. And I just, give in to those negative feelings. I'm not, I'm just hurting myself. I'm just putting myself into an even deeper hole of emotional suffocation is what it feels like. But I also have that choice. And when I do make those choices to look at the bigger picture and be like, I can literally go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and feel better. Or, I can wake up tomorrow and try another thing or try another way, or, approach the day in a different way. And everything will be okay. I feel like as long as we have air in our lungs and we can breathe, we're going to be okay. And, we just have to remember that just as we celebrate our wins, we can celebrate, you know, our mistakes. Because mistakes happen, fallouts happen, bad days happen, but we can always come back from them. So, yeah, just choose to fuel yourself in positivity at all times, because it is a choice to, like I said, sulk in the bad or the things that are happening that you don't wish to happen. So, yeah, I want to give you guys 3 questions that you can ask yourself so that you can, so that you can welcome in a new mindset, so that you can welcome in the new version of yourself that allows you to move forward in things instead of focusing on limiting beliefs, focusing on negative things that happen, focusing on, you know, things that just are not in your control. So the first one is ask yourself, what do I desire to welcome into my life? And this can be anything. This can be more patience. This can be more confidence. This can be anything. Number 2 is what self limiting beliefs are holding me back from what I truly want? And I touched on this a little bit earlier. Self limiting beliefs can be so detrimental to one's self. If you are telling yourself, I am not, or I am, and then the next phrase is negative, that's what you are bringing into your existence. Fill yourself with, I am patient, even if your actions aren't showing it right now, even if, you know, I am abundant, even if you feel like you are, you know, really lacking right now, I am. Tell yourself I am those things that you want and welcome it into your life. The third thing would be, what is one action I can take every day to help me welcome this new version of myself? And literally, the second thing that I noted could be that thing. You can literally ask yourself what self-limiting beliefs are holding you back from what you truly want, and you can go, dispel those things by taking the first step in the things that you really desire to have in your life. That was a lot of words, but basically, just take small baby steps. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like if you want to cut down on your sugar intake, add more vegetables to your plate. So simple, You don't have to cut out the sugar immediately. You can just add more of the good nutrients to your plate. It's that simple. I just want to encourage you all, as I encourage myself in my own journey, to stay positive and to focus on the things that you want to grow, i.e., plant the seeds you want to grow. Put the energy and the focus into the things that you want to continue to manifest into your life, the things that you want to continue to see grow in your life, just like a plant. If you have a seed and you want it to grow, you're going to tend to it, you're going to check on it, you're going to talk to it, you're going to, talk to others about it. But what you're not going to do is, oh my gosh, my plant is dying. My plant is going to die. I'm not going to be able to grow this plant. That's not what you do when you're excited about a plant that you're growing. You talk about it in great ways, in great forms. You're like, oh my gosh, I got a new plant. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. I can't wait for it to get really big. You can talk about yourself in that same way. So hopefully this helped you all. And please remember to rate and write a review on Apple Podcast and comment on YouTube and let me know what you think about this topic. Let me know what self-limiting beliefs are holding you back from doing exactly what you want to, being exactly who you want to be. Peace.